Hey YouTube, do you mind fixing the memory leaks by any chance? YouTube, do you mind? Like, before we start implementing some kind of translation tool that quite frankly did not need to be there, do you mind fixing the memory leaks? Just first and foremost, do you mind? It's been going on for a year now, so yeah. Yeah, see, it's translating my chat. Oh, so you can see it. Oh my god, it's the HTML is being picked up in my on my chat thing. You can see exactly which poor comments are getting yoinked by the translator. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you see this shit? You can see the comments, like it's literally getting picked up. You can literally see the translation thingy on the chat. That's so funny. They're just making shit up now. That's crazy. That is crazy. You two really just making shit up. Like, let's solve a problem we didn't have. Actually, let's break things in the process of solving a problem that doesn't actually exist. It's like, girl, that is so strange. Does YouTube not know that there's for Chrome at least, there's a page translator? Whenever I watch JP streamers or non-English streamers, I literally go into the Google, I go into my tab. There's an auto-translate option. Why does this need to exist? Why? It's like... Why, though? Why? Was this ever an issue to begin with? Kind of like the username yoinkin. It's like... Was that even a problem to begin with? I don't think those were actual problems. Just, I don't know, maybe fix your shit, you know? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, absolutely bonkers. Yeah, what the hell? Just making shit up at this point. Just absolutely making shit up. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, but remember when they actually made a site-wide update to, you know, like, update the color of the play button to make it a little more cool red instead of true ruby red? So important they do that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad they did that for us. Thank you. I can't believe YouTube died on the cross for our sins. It's crazy. There should be a toggle. I told y'all, it doesn't exist on desktop. It's mobile only. Listen, I literally looked into the Google YouTube help, whatchamacallit, flashbang help page, and it says there's a tab for it under this button, and it doesn't exist. So, they're probably just rolling it out slowly into all of the functional things that should go into it, as well as the ability to turn off the translator, probably hasn't rolled out yet. So it's kind of like half rolled out. We're like, here's the translator, but we haven't given you the ability to remove the translator yet. And so, like I said, there is no way to stop it. There's no way to remove it. Okay? Yeah. And so... and so... Fun, fine, and dandy. Yeah, the tab that allegedly helps you remove the auto-translate simply does not exist. Simply does not exist. I think the translator tends to try to translate something if you use anything but correct English. Hell, even emoji. Look at that. No. Dang, it's not picking up on the bubbles on screen. They try to translate Common Kuma's message. It's literally an emoji. What is there to translate?
Thank you for the donation.
What is there to translate? Genuinely. You know, it's even for emojis. They try to translate emojis. Luckily, nothing happens to it, but like the symbol appears that they're trying to translate it. What is there? It's a fucking emoji. Are you gonna translate it to fucking hieroglyphs now? Damn. We're just gonna change it to Egyptian hieroglyphs. That's crazy. They're trying to translate something that does not require translation. Crazy. Insane. Maybe it's a YouTube Premium Early Access feature. I know, girl, I know for a fact not everyone in here has Premium. Okay? Yeah, it's crazy. Pardon. You can even see on, in the bubbles where it incorrectly translates stuff. Yeah, it it literally just mistranslates stuff. Yeah, it doesn't know what the word corgi... That is crazy. It translated corgi to cap. That is crazy. The translator doesn't even work. What translator are they using? A 4-year-old with a computer? Like, how do you translate corgi into cap? Are they translating to English or some other language? Do they think I'm from a different country or something? What the hell? What the fuck? It tried to translate the word corgi into cap. That's not even a proper translation. That is crazy. Insane. What the fuck? They're just making shit up now. Yeah, it's probably just shitty AI. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes it never translates things right. It just translates things that don't need to be translated and just translates shit wrong. That is crazy, because I saw it a little bit yesterday. I think towards the latter half of stream yesterday, I did notice a few of the symbols. I thought y'all were typing them in. I don't know if y'all can see what I saw. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Do you see this? Like, if you go into chat right now, do you see these symbols? Like, do you see that? The symbols to the left? Like these ones. The translation symbol. Come on. This one. Do you see this? You don't see them? Just me? That is crazy. But I did see a few of them pop up towards the latter half of stream yesterday. And so, like, it's just broken. It's dead on arrival. That is crazy. Yeah, it's dead on arrival. Absolute trash update. Yeah, like, bro, Montes typed in the word cat in Spanish. Gato. And it doesn't translate that. That is crazy! That is insane! There's an actual non-English word in chat. And it refuses to translate. That is crazy. Insane. It does anything but its actual job. Okay, it worked for phantoms. Okay. It only works for... Okay, it works sometimes. That is so funny. It doesn't even... It's not... It's not consistent. That is so funny. It's so trash. It's so bad. Holy... Oh my god. It doesn't even work properly. That's insane. That's actually crazy. If it's an actual phrase that actually might need translation because it's a non-English phrase, sometimes it might translate it. That is so crazy. That is crazy. Ah, damn it. That is so crazy. What a trash. Absolute garbage. Girl, I can code better than this, and I barely can speak HTML. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, insane. Yeah, can we start firing people or something? Because this is like getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. They really just making shit up as they go. Like, oh, I could have sworn we had a problem here. Let's make it worse. Insane. Insane. But anyhow, aside from YouTube being consistently garbage these days, girl, yeah, I need to figure out. I might just get the Caiaphas King Omnibus. I have to make some calls and see which store has them, because I checked Barnes & Noble, and they just don't have them at all. And so, yeah. Yeah. No, only half of stuff is translated, Nova. Like, there's some... It's inconsistent as fuck. And it's also, I think, more aggressively translating regular English phrases than literally any other language. Crazy. Yeah, I want to get into the Caiaphas Cain series, because we talked about it the other I think the other day. And I want to read up on the books because I know for a fact I don't want to go on this break. I really don't want to being forced into it. And I know I'm gonna be bored as fuck. And I don't want to eat up all of my phone battery because it's an older phone. And so I think I'm gonna read some more. I have a couple of books, but considering that I'm gonna be kidnapped for 2 weeks, I should probably like load up on other books as well. Yeah. And so I'm gonna try to find the omnibus. I'm gonna try to find a bookstore that carries it. Because right now Barnes & Noble does not have a single crumb of Warhammer right now. Maybe it's a licensing issue. No, they have results that popped up. They're just only online available. And I don't have time to wait for a shipment because shipment out here takes way too long. And I leave on Wednesday. I leave this week. Yeah. And so I'm gonna get into that because it's here. That's the omnibus, right? Yeah, that's the omnibus. And so I'm gonna go try to see if I can grab that real quick tomorrow. I was able to give my throat a break today because I think I've recorded enough music where my mixer has enough to chew through while I'm stuck for 2 weeks. And so I don't think they can get through. Let me see. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 2 more songs to record, but I don't think they can finish editing 3 songs in only 2 weeks. And so I think I recorded enough for now for them to bite into, because I'm not gonna push myself to cram recordings when my throat is not in good condition and I'm crunched for time. Because I can just record and send it over when I'm done, when I get back from vacation. And so that's possible. And so I'm done recording music for now, I think. And if my mixer can finish editing that fast, then great. Then I guess the little delay of them having to wait for me to come back from vacation will at least not take too long. And so depends on how fast they are. But if they're really fast, then that's honestly just good news for me. And so I'm done recording music for now. I'm probably gonna take down my pillow fort, my blanket booth tomorrow because I do overheat like crazy in here. It's so dark in my booth, I can't see my keyboard, so I can't type good either. So it's not good for script writing or voice pack scripts or whatever, or just general anything. And so that's on my end. So all I did today was just work. Like literally anytime I'm not streaming for the past like couple of weeks, anytime I don't stream, I'm actively working. I even had to do day job work today because I had to make sure something was in order for me, like was working in working order, so that I could leave it alone when I'm on vacation. But I'm gonna end up bringing my my work laptop with me to vacation as well, because I have to check in on some processes, and so I don't think I have a choice. And I also have to keep track of like my Niji stuff, which is on one of my laptops. So I'm gonna consolidate everything onto one laptop and just work on that while I'm on vacation, so I have some connection to my art team, my editing team, and everything. Because I hate operating everything out of my phone. Steam Deck? Nah. It's I have a Switch already. Yeah. And plus, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get a Steam Deck. I don't like buying frivolous things. So, yeah. yeah. But anyways, yeah, I have my Switch. I have Animal Crossing and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I just don't want to have to leave. I'll be honest, I absolutely abhor plane rides. I get sick on them all the time. They're uncomfortable. I hate sharing space with that many people. It's just, I hate plane rides. And not only that, but like, I also have like, I get paranoia over flights and stuff, especially considering how many are fucking exploding and shit, you know? And so I get like nervous. I hate flying. I absolutely hate it. Like when I have my yearly trips to Japan and everything, I don't mind it because I like being in Japan. It's fun, you know? It's like a nice little break from everything, and I can still stream because the internet is good. The internet in Japan is generally very good, you know? And so I can still do what I want to do. But like, I'm being kind of forced into this. I don't want to go. I don't have time for this. I should be working on my projects. I have stuff due in June and May, and I'm not going to finish them on time. I might not finish them on time, whatever. And so I don't want to go, but I'm kind of being forced into it because I'm the youngest and I don't have opinions. And so, yeah. And so, Steam Deck seems like a better option to me than Switch, especially if you may or may not have Nintendo games on it. Too late, I already have a Switch and I don't have a Steam Deck, so I'm using my Switch. Yeah. And so, yeah, don't want to have to go. Yeah, oh yeah, also flying out's gonna be a pain. I have to show up 7 hours early because we don't trust TSA to be able to handle the rush of people, because we're still kind of like in spring break season right now as well. And so airlines tend to be kind of overworked in general during this time of year. And then we have the added issue with TSA being TSA because of certain issues going on right now. And so it's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, like in Confucius culture, the youngest sibling is kind of like not a person. like you don't like get opinions and that kind of thing. And so like you're not allowed to say no. And like it's like, especially if you're a girl, you're expected to stop everything and take care of the family if something happens. And so if you're older or are a boy or both, then you kind of like get to do whatever, you know? But when you're the youngest, you're not really allowed to say no. You're not really allowed to do your own thing. You're kind of like forced to do like whatever the elders tell you, you know? And so it's kind of like it's kind of how it is. Yeah. And it's so funny because I heard people argue that like, hey, well, the oldest have expectations. I'm like, do the youngest not? do the youngest not? I was like, I don't know. I was whooped in the butt pretty hard when I didn't get good grades. I think it's spread out between the two of us. Yeah. Crazy dial. And so, I arguably got... Actually, no, I got beat way more often than my brother did. Yeah, I got beat way more often. Because my brother is really good academically. I was not very good academically. I struggled in school. And so, like, I would never get the... Like, I got lots of C's and B's in like, middle school. But the problem is... So in my elementary school... And middle school, they're the same... Like, they're conjoined. And so my middle school, elementary school, a 92 is a B. So it went from A is 100 to 93. B is 92 to 86. C is 85 to 80... I think 80. Yeah, 85 to 80. D is 70 to 75. F is anything below a 7... No, what was it? Yeah, I think that anything below that's an F. Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, I don't know what was with that. And so, I consistently got like high 80s and like high low 80s, which basically meant a lot of B's, a lot of C's. So I got my ass whooped pretty often. Yeah, I got the chopsticks between the fingers. I got the wooden spoon. I got the kneeling on frozen peas, kneeling on rice. I got I got the backhand pretty often. I got the front hand every now and then, and that kind of thing. Yeah, crazy. The discipline in this household goes kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Yeah. It's so weird. It was so strange. Yeah. And so... Oh yeah, to segue in... okay, that's a great segue. A lot of my insane incidents are from elementary school. So I went to this very, like... This private school, right? So I was a lucky girl. Air quotes lucky. Mom and Dad had really got the money rolling at that point. Like, Mom and Dad had to struggle to get good paying jobs. At one point, we went to this elementary school that was really pretty impressive. It was a private school. We wore uniforms and all that. All the fuck shit happened in there. A lot of fuck-ass stuff happens in there. It's like, it's crazy. It was crazy because at the time, so it was a newer school at the time. And so a lot of the like buildings, air quotes, were just trailers at the time because they're undergoing renovations and they're getting established and everything. And so like there were times where we couldn't come outside of the classroom yet because they had to call pest control because a rattlesnake was outside. Because like I live in the south, right? Rattlers are pretty common down here. And so there's several incidents. I recall maybe a dozen times where we weren't allowed to leave the trailers because there was a rattlesnake spotted somewhere on campus. And so they had to call in pest control like once every couple of months to get rid of the snakes and stuff. It was crazy. But anyways, thank you for the shupa. Thank you, Sparrow. In case I missed stream, my school's vice president was robbed in the school parking lot, and a teacher just skedaddled past, not even calling the police, or naming them the name Black Dog from an idiom. If I'm like, I'll explain. I don't know what the idiom is, but... but thank you. Thank you for the shupa. Yeah. No, so one of the nuns... So, funny enough, high school was actually really nice for me. Yeah, like, for some reason, high school was oddly straight chillin'. Well, not chillin'. It was academically very, very hard. It was run by nuns. But, in terms of, like, social and, like, the amount of, like, air quotes incidents, it was kind of chill. Yeah, it was, like, really chill. You think that going to an all-girls school run by nuns would be kind of hard? It was actually, like, nice. It was actually very pleasant. Very, very, like, very lovely, actually. But one of the sisters, one of the nuns, she actually she was held at knife point. She was held at knife point. So she told us a story randomly, because she was subbing in for our chem teacher. And so she was subbing in and we're asking her, like, you know, like, because she usually teaches other classes, just asking random questions. But she got stuck up at knife point, like, I think like in the 90s, right? So what happened was she actually does like boxing. Because like, I don't know if y'all know, but a lot of sects of nuns, a lot of nuns are allowed to pursue sports and that kind of thing. So actually a lot of nuns that I know do like swimming and tennis and like badminton and that kind of thing. But this nun specifically was a boxer. She went to the gym and was like doing the whole punchy thingy. And so she got stuck up with a knife in the 90s. And so because she's a boxer, she fought off the attacker, and which is kind of crazy, mind you, because she was in plainclothes. She was in plainclothes, by the way. She wasn't dressed in a habit or anything. And so she fought them off. Like, I think she's like, yeah, I punched him square in the jaw, but he shoved me down. And on the way down, she hit her head and got a nasty little scar on her temple. But she was fine. The attacker ran off and everything. So she had to report that to the police and all that. But like, no, it's crazy. Like, where else did... My high school is so weird. We're run by nuns, most of which either go skydiving or have fought off people in parking lots. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of... What the fuck? Yeah, she's really cool. I think her name was Sister... So it starts with a J. Janine? Janice? Jane? I forgot, but her name starts with a J. She's really cool. Thanks, Sister J. Yeah, she's a cool sub too, because she just put on movies for us to watch and we just pass out in our chairs. Yeah, she's really cool. Thank you, Ro. Cozy's Chucky for the gooey. We love so much. Thank you, Chucky, for me. I mean, very cool. Thank you for the 5 gifts. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, actually. Was it 10? Sorry, YouTube's like thingy is really laggy. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the 5 gifted. If y'all got a gifted membership from Vivicore, make sure to thank them properly. Fans, thank you for the shippa. Sorry, I'm really flubby. Sorry, I'm flummy. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Vivicore. Phantom, thank you for the shippa. Gooby-chan, sugoi desu rar nya. He doesn't even know who Watashi is. Thank you for the super, Phantom. Thank you. Vivicore, thank you again for the 5 gifteds. Welcome, new maidens. If y'all got a gift membership from Vivicore, make sure you thank them properly. Thank you for the super, Vivicore. Beta testing. Girl, they ain't testing shit. YouTube don't test shit. They just throw spaghetti at the wall. Yeah, any incidents, like funny incidents or like trauma incidents, I don't fucking know. Either one's fine. I just like when Aiadmirers lore drop me. Yeah. You're welcome, Cypher. Now, it's fun to learn about Aiadmirer deep lore. Jim, let me thank you for the shupa. This is one time I delayed a work trip for perfectly valid reasons and an angel decided to reprimand me, so unfair. If it was like an unarchived stream, then I kind of get it. Girl, you know it's not a good reason. Shut up, Gianlummy. Phantom, thank you for the shupa. I live a boring life, so I have no incidents. I mean, I do too, not gonna lie. I think people often forget that, like, my life is actually pretty mundane. I'm still an office lady at the end of the day. I just happen to also be a 2D person as well. As in, I'm a 2D anime character. I'm not talking about titties. Thank you, Phantom. My dad has a different story. Like when he was a kid, my granddad's family tried to kidnap him to stop him from immigrating to America. Pretty wild. Yeah. Like when my paternal late grandfather was actually a doctor, right? And so during the war, my father and his siblings had to physically pry him from the like doorway to evacuate, you know? Yeah, because like it's half funny, half tragic because like grandpa like put all of his life's work into being a doctor, and my dad told me that a lot of times if people from like rural areas came in to see him and they couldn't afford treatment, he would simply let them go without paying, and oftentimes they'd come back days later with like fruits and vegetables and other gifts as like a small thank you, you know? And so like my granddad was very like devoted to the community and took great pride in his work. And so they had to physically pry him from the doorway to get him to evacuate, you know? Yeah, it's crazy. He got stabbed once, twice actually. Mundane incident with my senior year, someone stole the answers to an English test and distributed them so widely the administration had to change the curriculum for years. No, that's called being based. You know, people these days using ChatGPT to cheat in class. Girl, do you know the heist level bullshit some students would get into? The absolute heist level bullshit. No, that's not an incident. That's based. That's based. Okay? It's like kids these days. They use AI for their tests. Do you know the solidarity of sharing a check account between 20 girls? Do you know the solidarity of taking turns paying for the check account so you can finish your homework together? Okay. Have you known the struggle of hopping into Wolfram Alpha together in study hall to figure out how the fuck to solve these questions in math? Kids these days don't understand. Because to be fair, yes, we're looking up answers on Chegg, but the problem is Chegg would have the answers explained by another person. And so, like, Chegg was unironically really helpful. Because we'd get the answer but not know how he got there, so Chegg would explain it, and it was really nice. Yeah, Wolfram Alpha is a savior. Yeah. I had an incident happen when I was caving with Boy Scout. Okay, the first issue is that you went caving. Girl, nothing good comes out of caving. Most crazy death stories come from caving. We should learn our goddamn lesson already. Humans aren't supposed to be down there. You're not a gopher. You're not a burrowing creature. I tripped and got my foot pinned between two boulders and couldn't get out. My whole troop had to help pick me up and pry my foot out. Oh, that one movie, James Franco, remember? It's like it's a true story. This guy was, I think, hiking somewhere, like I think in Utah, was it? Somewhere, Nevada, something like that. And so he fell into a ravine. And when he fell, a giant like 2-ton rock pinned his hand against the wall. And so 127 hours, yes, that one. And so he was stuck against like in this ravine by himself, only a day's worth of food, a little bit of water, and he's stuck against this wall because his hand's pinned. And so he had to chop off his own hand with a knife to escape. That is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, insane. Yeah, it's crazy. Humans are like it's so fascinating how humans are so fragile and can be yoinked by a little, like a random thing, like a fucking aneurysm, but also can survive multiple days without food or water, chop off their own hand, not bleed to death, and walk out of a ravine. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, is he still alive to this day? Yeah. Is he still alive to this day? I hope he's living a nice, fruitful life. I know he went to do like a lot of like inspirational talks afterwards. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's metal as fuck. He deserves to be a millionaire. He deserves to have the rest of his days like chilled the fuck out. He was already so dead. Exactly. I think because he knew he was fucked, it's like, oh well, might as well go for it. Yeah. But still, the mental fortitude to chop off your own arm is crazy. Girl, it's like sometimes I'll be trimming my nails, and if I trim too close to like the sensitive pink part of my finger, I'm like, oh no! You know? Crazy. But thank you for the super! Thank you, Nadia! Thank you. Oh my, wait, hold on. Before I do that, super lock on. Super lock, crazy. Crazy. This is why sex ed is really important. Okay, I admittedly do not have the best grasp on like, for y'all know that I know nothing about, like, I don't know much about fornication, or especially if the wee havers side of reproductive health, right? Because bless their hearts, my high school is run by nuns, but it was still like considered progressive and like kind of like a very open-minded setting, despite being run by nuns against what you would normally think. But like all we had was a illustration, a black and white illustration, a diagram of a wee. That's all we had. Yeah, they don't tell you a lot of things. It's, well, to be fair, from the deep south, it's kind of to be expected, but we didn't know that. And so I've heard stories. So actually, one girl in my grade, she, what was it? She had like I never got the full story because it was kind of private, but apparently she had like an issue, you know, like a problem and that kind of thing, like a health issue. And she didn't ask or consult anyone about it for a long time because she just was not aware it was a problem, right? And so she had to go to the hospital because it was actually like a proper issue, you know? Yeah. It was like an issue with her sexual health. And so she didn't know that there was something wrong, and so she didn't seek help for a long time until she literally like fainted and had to be taken to the hospital. Yeah. I mean, I actually I don't talk to her or anything, but I heard she's doing good. She's married, you know? She's married. I think she moved across the country too. Yeah. But Nadia, thank you for the shupa. Went to a private Catholic school. During a school mass, a kid from choir who was on balcony got sick and puked over the railing and hit the priests and servers who were walking down the aisle. I was one of the... Firstly, hello, fellow altar server. My guy, what's up? Dap me up. Secondly, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, yeah! I was an altar girl, too. And hi, Marsh. I was an altar girl, too, so... Fun fact, I was a senior altar girl. And so you actually have to receive pretty, like a decent amount of training. They only allow altar servers who've had at least 2 years of experience at my church anyways. So, like, to handle incense. So, like, for holy days of obligation, holy seasons, that kind of thing, they often bring out the incense. So, a censer has burning incense on the insides, right? So it's very, very hot. There's a special insulated wooden knob at the very top of the censer, like the little lid area. You're supposed to grab it there, right? And so, one day, another altar server grabbed the censer by the wrong spot and burned their hand immediately. And so, like, it's crazy because the giga chat of a priest immediately, like, you know, turned around to help them and everything. So, like, took it out of her hand, set it off to the side. Some of the incense got on the carpet because she dropped the entire thing. And so, like, he was kicking off the incense from the rug and all that stuff. So, like, poor girl. I think they had to excuse her away. I think they took her back to the the sanctum and just ran her hands underwater for a little bit, then some ice. So, like, I don't think she got any real major damage, but probably scared the shit out of her. Those things burn hot. They burn real hot. Thank you, Gianlummy. There may have been an incident involving a physical altercation with the team mascot. I claim victory, but there's no winners among drunk freshmen being kicked from a bar. Oh my god, no! We had... My brother's school had something called, what was it? The Green Man. Yeah, the Green Man. So, like, in high school football, like, during the games... So my brother was, in band, I think, and they'd play at, like, the football games. And so mom and dad would often, like, drive all of us to football games so my brother could do his thing. And so, like, I'd be sitting in the bleachers or goofing off somewhere on the field with a friend. And then, so usually once per semester, there'd be something called the Green Man sighting. So, throughout the games, you run the risk of meeting the Green Man, right? It didn't happen every game. He would only appear every now and then. So the Green Man is basically a guy in a neon green morph suit. He would jump the fence mid-game, grab the football, and just straight up steal it. He would just straight up steal it. The thing is, like, the high schools in our area all knew about him. We have no idea if he's even from our school. He just appears in random games, right? And so, like, he would just run into the field, grab the football, and just run and steal it. That's it. And then my brother's high school, they started carrying extra footballs. Like, they're usually in storage, right? They'd like, preemptively bring a couple of extras just in case there's a Green Man appearance. And so, like, the thing is, like, at that point, security could not be bothered to catch him. And so, he kind of became, like, a tolerated figure in the schools. And so, like, weird. He seemed chill, though. All he wanted was the ball. He just wanted the football. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for the super void. I was 19. The one time I changed my route from university back home at 9 p.m. A big guy tried to rob me, ended with him fainting with both arms broken, and I got a scar on my knee from a knife as proof. Only happened once, but I survived. You see, that's scary. That is scary. That is actually freaky. I'm glad you're fine, Void. Holy shit. That's scary. No, one of my worst fears is being, like, attacked in public, you know? And that's why I carry. It's because, like, I know I'm overly paranoid, but all it takes is one nasty person. That's it. One nasty person is all it takes for shit to go real far south. And so I ain't running that risk. I ain't running that risk. And so, like, I have pepper spray, I have a pocket knife and everything. No, thank you. Yeah, that shit's scary, bro. I'm glad you're well. That's crazy, Void. Damn, what the fuck? Are you Rambo by any chance? Thank you, Void. Mwah! Oh my god, Corgi. I knew a guy like that too. He had super notes. Yeah, I think every college, every class would have, like, every department had their own, like, guy who just had the notes. The note stealer. Yeah. A car crash on April Fool's Day once? My parents didn't believe. That is crazy. That is crazy. The timing is crazy. Insane. Senior year, TLC was filming a documentary on my school's cheerleading group. And with the pep rally, sat down to watch one of the routines. When a few seconds into the routine, I hear a loud crash next to me and look over. My buddy's chair just broke and dropped on the floor. We all started laughing at him, but the other students thought we were laughing at the cheerleaders, so they started booing us. They complained to the freshmen about it because that was the only class they complained to about how tax tests work. That is why. The poor guy. Was he hurt? Was he hurt? Was he okay? It's crazy. Oh, Cypher, thank you for the shilpa. When I was a toddler, I called the police on my granddad and said he was angerous. No one knows why. Granddad was great. He hadn't done anything. The cops came and checked in, but nothing came out of it. Okay. This one time, I think some of y'all heard this story before. So, a long time ago, actually a year or two ago, 2 years, I was getting pho with Ma-chan. And, so we left the restaurant. It was late. I think it was like 9 p.m. The sun had set. It was dark out. So the parking lot we were in was dark, but save for one singular floodlight across the parking lot. So everything was horribly backlit. And so we left the restaurant, went to our cars. We're just kind of chatting in front of our cars, saying our goodbyes and everything. A man somehow appears from the middle of the parking lot and just goes, "Hey, ma'ams, hello?" And me and Ma-chan are like, fuck. And so we just bolted to our cars because we saw him. He was holding, so he's backlit. We can't see him very well, but he had something in his hand, right? And so we bolted out of that parking lot crazy fast, right? And so we called each other in each other's cars. I was like, "Hey, Ma-chan, you good?" And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And so we kind of got spooked, but we went back to our respective houses. And at this point, I got a random a random call. And so it was from my home security helpline. And so I answered the call, and they were like, "Hey, is everything okay?" I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Oh, well, the alarm at your home went off, and it alerted the police. You know? No, it alerted our call center. Do you need us to call the police?" And I was like, "I'm not home right now. But let me see." And so I went home, and at this point, I'm kind of scared because I was home alone. My parents were out for vacation, so it's just me. So I come back, and so like I walk on the perimeter at first, and so like I was like checking the windows. Everything seemed locked and that kind of deal. And like all my neighbors were home and everything. I could see their lights, so it's like, okay, so if they saw something, they would have told me. And so I looped the house. Everything seems fine. I opened the door. It was locked, by the way. Everything's locked. And so I kind of like sweep the house, like, okay, hello. And this is when Gigi was still around, and so I said hi to Gigi and everything. And so like it was like I walked around. Like no one answered. Everything seemed like in order. Nothing was knocked over or anything. And so I was like, okay, I guess sometime maybe it's the battery. The battery on maybe the alarm went off, or like something weird, some kind of electronic nonsense. And so I sat down at my desk and I do some work, and I hear this like knocking and pattering around the house, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? The fuck is that?" And I realized the one thing I did not check in my house was the attic, because I'm afraid of demons. I'm not going up there alone. And so I was checking the house, and so I kept hearing that, and I was like, what the fuck? What? Okay. And so at this point, I get kind of freaked out, and the first person I call is Ma-chan, because she's essentially my big sister. And so I called my sister. I called Ma-chan. Mind you, it's like 1 in the morning, by the way. And I was like, "Hey!" And what you doing? You can hear her like in her like tossing and turning in her bed. She's like, "What?" I was like, "Hey, what you doing?" She was like, "I'm in bed. It's like 2 a.m. And I was like, "Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, you just sleeping?" "Yeah, I'm trying to... What's the issue?" I was like, "Yeah, well, I keep hearing noises in my house. I think someone may have broken in." And she goes, "Lead with that next time." You can hear her jump out of bed. You can hear her shoot up out of her bed. Like, "Aya, start with that." And to this day, she perpetually clowns on me for me fully thinking that there's someone in my house, and then it's going, "Hey, what you doing?" I try to small talk her. Yeah, I'm just trying to small talk Ma-chan, and she's like, "Girl, lead with that! Holy shit!" And so I did call an officer to check in on me. He did a sweep of the perimeter and everything. So it turns out it was raccoons, because at the time we had this really tall tree in our backyard, and so sometimes critters would like run up the tree lit in our roof and kind of run around. And so it was a raccoon, or a squirrel, or some kind of woodland creature or something. And so luckily no demons in the house, just the creatures. Let me turn on the hallway light so the demons can't get me. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. It's embarrassing. I'm bleep years old and I'm kind of afraid of the dark. Yeah, I know! Yeah, we get that... So, like, oh my god, it still happens to this day, by the way. We still occasionally get creatures in our roof. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, and so, yeah, that was when I... So, to this day, Machan still clowns on me for, like, stopping for small talk while I'm fully suspecting someone being in my house. She says I have the survival instinct of wet bread. Excuse you, I have decent survival instinct. I had a teacher pull me aside during a pizza party we had at the end of semester because that we got for getting a grade, and she had told me I had to exclude your grade because otherwise... where's the rest of it? I don't see the rest of it. Did YouTube eat it? Oh, we wouldn't have this party and shame me for it. Girl, I remember this one time. This is teacher. This is the same teacher that called me a slur, by the way. So, one time, my grade did really good on a test, right? And so we got a free dress day. Mind you, I'm like in second grade, right? And so we had a free dress day because we all wore uniforms, but free dress day is kind of like you just wear whatever you want within school rules. And so, I misheard. I mean, like, I think the signs of the tism were kind of early, to be honest. Low-key think my parents were in denial, but, so I didn't quite catch it. Okay, so I got confused, and it was a Tuesday, right? And so they said, oh yeah, blank Tuesday. I think like a Tuesday, they signified a Tuesday. They set out, the day we were gonna have free dress was on a Tuesday, right? And so, I thought it was the following Tuesday. It was Monday when this is announced, right? So I thought it was the following day, Tuesday. They actually meant the Tuesday after this week. So next Tuesday. And so I got it mixed up. And so one day, so the next day I roll up. My parents drop me off at school. I'm wearing free dress. I'm wearing like, I think like a t-shirt and like colorful jeans. And then I noticed that no one in like walking to class with me was wearing free dress. And then I was like, oh wait, am I the only one? Am I the only one in free dress? And so I walked through the classroom door to my homeroom, and the teacher who called me a slur, let's call her Miss L. So Miss L saw me walk through the door, and it's like instantaneous fury. Like her face instantly turned red, and she's like, everyone get in the class. Like I think there's some students behind me. I was like, everyone but Aya, get in the classroom. And so I stood outside the door. And then she grabbed my wrist and closed the door behind me. She dragged me around the corner of the hallway and going, Aya, what is the meaning of this? I was like, oh, I thought it was free dress. And, wait, no. Yeah, I was like, I thought it was free dress. It's like, it's supposed to be today, isn't it? Like the free dress day? And she was like, no. Free dress is next Tuesday. You need to be in your uniform, okay? We don't like liars here. Are you a liar? And I was like, no, I just got that. No, I'm not. And then she called me a liar, and she sent me to the principal's office. I hope she shits herself. I hope someone keys her car. To this day, I'm still mad about the incident. I'm still mad about that. Girl, I'm like, what, 8? Girl, I'm like 7 years old. Chill the fuck out. I hate liars, bitch. God forbid a girl wear jeans. God forbid. Yeah. It's crazy. Kujo, thank you for 39 months. A guy filled the school events with bear mace for a senior prank. And during my junior year, someone would leave stink bombs in all the stairs once a quarter. Pardon. What the fuck? Luckily, our senior pranks are really chill, but that's like illegal. Thank you, Kujo. Jay, thank you for the shupa. Something that stands out to me was a high school excursion where I walked up to a good friend who said two men had just flashed a knife at her, and I didn't see it, but I did see them staring at us before the teacher walked up to us. You see? That's fucked up and scary. That is crazy. In high school? Girl? Why are you threatening someone who doesn't have their frontal lobe developed yet? That's crazy. Insane. Yeah, crazy. What the fuck? What the hell? Also, Kamen Kuma, I think every school has a Naruto kid. Yeah, crazy. In middle school, me and some other kids were playing outside in the hall during class. A boy ended up sticking his fingers in the hinges of a door but I can't read out loud, I'm so sorry. Ended up sticking his fingers in the hinges of one of the doors, and someone inside opened it. He was screaming at the person inside as the person inside kept moving the door and had to get a teacher. Next, they came to the finger cast, and you could still see the blood in the hinges days after. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Marsh, thank you for this. Thank you for the pink super, Marsh. Thank you, Marsh. I had to move a full-size doll. A doll? Like a body pillow? Like... so my girlfriend sold a way to show off. Had sold a body bag for funnies. When I was driving over, my front wheel fell off on the highway. What? It ended up in my parents' garage in a month. Told him it was a dress form in a fun bag. That's crazy. That's crazy. How did you? Oh, your front wheel, not your driving wheel. I was like, how'd you get there? Okay. What the? Firstly, I'm surprised you didn't crash. Thank you for not crashing. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, is it the doll of which fornicative acts are done to? Is it that kind of doll? I saw the My Strange Addiction episode where the guy was married to one. Honestly, it seemed pretty harmless. But yeah. Oh, aren't those like super heavy? Like 100 some odd pounds? Yeah, aren't they? Huh. That is crazy. That is... I was, as a prank, I went to my friend's dorm in college. And, I arranged their pillows under a sheet to look like a person. So it looks like someone is sleeping in their bed. And, they had to text me, to ask to stay over because they came home late from class one day and saw what they believe was someone in their bed. And so I had to be like, oh, that's not a person, by the way. And so it wasn't, and then they were mad at me. Thank you for the pink super, Marsh. Well, do you still have the body bag? It'd be fun to store more plushies in it. Thank you, Marsh. I'm glad you didn't crash. It sounds terrible to have your wheel pop off mid-highway. Thank you, Marsh. Jay, thank you for the shupa. The teacher then called the police, who said the men were homeless, so I'm glad we never found out what they were planning to do with that knife. Yeah, that's so sketch. That is so sketch, bro. Yeah, we have a lot of brandishing issues down here. Like we got lots of, like, brandishing incidents for, like, road rage. It's real. That's illegal. It's super illegal. Yeah. Thank you for the super, Gia Mummy. My friends and I got lost in the desert driving from LA to Las Vegas because we thought Vegas was in California. Up until high school, I didn't know either. We ended up visiting Death Valley Park. It was my 3rd time visiting Vegas. Girl! Y'all are disasters. I love you, but y'all are disasters. I love y'all. Y'all are disasters. Thank you. Thank you for the shupa. And then Prinny, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you. Welcome, new maidens. If y'all got a gifted membership from Prinny, make sure to thank them properly. Thank you. Our house mascot. Oh, cute. That's fun. Cute. It's like a little dress-up doll now. A model, a muse. Thank you again, Marsh. Hope you're well. Rico, thank you for the shupa. So I don't have an incident, but in middle school, we had a cheese touch. But it was a wee-wee wrapper that some high schoolers left in our outdoor area of school, and no one touched it, but everyone just knew about it. It's like a Horcrux. What the fuck? It's like a Horcrux. Crazy. Crazy. Thank you for the super, Rico. Thank you. Crazy. Crazy dial. Insane. Insane. Oh. Okay, guys. Can you tell me? Sometimes I wonder if I overreact to things. You know? I sometimes wonder, like, are you just a really sensitive person? I remember this one time in college. So there's 2 wee wee rapper incidents in college, right? And so, and so, I remember this one time I walked into class, and there was a used condom in my chair. Mind you, it's free seating, so it's not like it's directed at me. And so, like, this one time, so that happened. It was I walked into class. It's just there on the chair, and so I was, oh my god. And so, like, mind you, it's still early, so maybe it's like 10 people in here. And so I was like, professor, there's a used condom on my chair. And he's like, oh, what the fuck? And so one of the guys behind me, though, was kind of like, so what? Just throw it away. I don't want to fucking touch it. And mind you, I didn't want to argue, so I was like, I just didn't say anything back. But it's like, I look back at that, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, you throw it away then. Yeah, you do it then. Damn, the fuck? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, way to say you're gross, my guy. Also, so this also happened in college. And just for clarification, I was wearing a turtleneck and jeans. Okay, it was fall. I distinctly remember it was fall. And I was wearing these high-waisted mom jeans with like a cute little heart-shaped belt buckle. And I was wearing like a loose-fitting like beige knit turtleneck and some like earrings. My hair was down. I had a ball cap on. It's like I was just wearing a turtleneck. I was fully dressed, okay? And so I remember I was waiting in like kind of like a study/lounge area. So there's like food courts, there's like a seating area, and I was just kind of like going through my phone, just browsing Instagram or whatever, because I was gonna meet up with a friend to go to get lunch together. I just gotten out of class, I think. And so this one time, a guy walks by, and he just leaves like a condom. He just walks by, tosses a condom onto the table, and walks away. What does that mean? To this, like, at first I thought, because I knew that my university would occasionally give away, you know, free ones if you do the deed and you wrap your shit up. But like, I'm just sitting here. What is that supposed to mean? Like, he didn't say hi, just walked away, so I don't know what that means. Yeah. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what was that? And so, like, I was kind of weirded out, so I just grabbed my things and left. I just left it on the table. I just walked away. You know? I don't even know what is that? What the fuck does that mean, you know? GM, let me thank you for the shupa. Getting lost is my curse. Working on a construction site a few miles from a city in the north region of Brazil. I took one wrong turn and on an old dirt empty road, and suddenly I'm lost in the Amazon. Well, the Amazon rainforest does exist there. I mean, to be fair, that's happened to me before when I'm traveling the back roads back home because we live near a wooded area. Yeah, and near a bayou as well, so thank you, Gianlummy. Yeah, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Is that for... I wasn't sure. Like, I was like, okay, either he's calling me a harlot, or he's making a pass, or he's like in that student committee that hands people free ones, you know? So like, you know, I wasn't sure what it was. For a while I wasn't sure. Yeah. And so I was like, well, okay, weird. Oh yeah! With that being said, I did have a delightful experience with someone flirting with me. A guy once came by my table. I think I was like doing homework near a Starbucks. I was loitering there, and so a guy came up to me and handed me a Starbucks gift card, and he was like, "Hey, I think you're really cute, and like if you want, I'd love to treat you to some coffee. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not interested in dating right now, but thank you. And he's like, yeah, no. Keep the card, by the way. You can keep the... It's a gift card. I think I had like 30, 25 bucks of money on it. And so he just gives me the card. He's like, okay, I totally understand. Like, you know, like, have the card. You know, like, have a nice day, ma'am. I was like, oh, thank you. And just walked off. And I was like, to this day, I still think about it. I'm like, damn. I should have said yes. That he's kind of chivalrous. Well, to be fair, I was so focused on my studies, I didn't really bother with dating or anything when I was in college. And so, like... Because I was so busy between work and school. And so I didn't have a... I should have said yes. That's kind of a massive green flag, though. Like, bro took his no with absolute grace. Like, no, keep the card. I was like, oh, wow, thank you. What a nice... I hope he's doing well. Yeah. Was he cute? I'll be so honest. When I am put into such social situations where I have to immediately be on, like, I have to, like, I guess, act adjusted and normal and, like, sociable, and, like, when I have to, like, be on mode, what they look like is the least of my concerns. I'm so focused on surviving the social interaction that I do not remember faces at all. And so there'll be situations where, like, oh yeah, I bumped into you and said hi to you at this store or whatever, and I just will not remember what you look like. I'm on fight or flight mode. Not because I'm afraid of you. It's more like I'm trying so hard to like lock in and have this conversation with you that I do not remember what you look like. Okay? Yeah. Like I have to socially survive this interaction. Therefore, I am not thinking about what you look like at all. Yeah. No, actually, oddly enough, I do remember the faces of Aiadmirers because I'm not concerned. Yeah, I'm very relaxed. Yeah. So I remember what you look like. Yeah. And so there's that. Sippy. Yeah. When I was working at a mess hall, I was supporting a group of trainee tinkers. It was only supposed to last a day, but I'm being two because while the guys were getting ready to fire a second round, a dude with a horse showed up in the firing range trying to rein in a cow that started fleeing from a nearby farm because of the noise. It took a whole evening to get the cow settled. Oh my god! Oh my god, so... You think that being an office lady is boring? There are things that happen. So I work next to a production plant, right? I work in production. And we had an incident where a raccoon somehow made it past, like, walked into the bay doors and got dangerously close to the production line. And so, mind you, like, we're building heavy machinery and stuff like that, so it's not like a sterile little production plant. It's a big metal shit. And so, like, there's no sterilized little, like, doors to get through. You walk through the bay doors, you are in the plant, right? And so, the raccoon was in the plant building that had the laser cutter. And so we got the wildest call. We got a call from a guy in the plant going, hey, there's a raccoon in the plant, and it's next to the lasers. Can you call someone so that it doesn't get, zapped? And so we had to call animal control. So we had to halt that line of production so the animal wouldn't get hurt. And we had to get animal control to kidnap the raccoon. Yeah, the raccoons in my area are wild. Yeah, it survived though. Kuja, thank you for the shupa. The first partner I had was a guy, 6 months, and I realized I'm not into guys. So I'm like, hey, we need to talk, and he was like, I need to talk to you. Turns out we both made each other realize that we're gay. I'm calling the police! Da-da-da-da-da-da. Are you secretly in, like, a SNL skit? Kujo, I'm kind of the belief... I'm kind of the belief that you live your life as an SNL skit. I refuse to believe you're a real person, Kujo. I think you're simply like a portrait of a person. Thank you, Kujo. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my god. It's like... So... A while ago, a few years ago, I met a mutual friend, like a friend of a friend, came to a social event where I was, and then asked me out. And we talked a little bit here and there from our friend group. I wasn't really interested in dating him, and so I was like, "Oh, that's sweet of you, but I don't want to. I'm not into dating right now." No. I lied. Right? I lied, and I said I was a lesbian. Yeah. Okay. And so, cause the thing is, I didn't know him that well, and I don't know why. I just lied. I lied. Well, I do think girls are gorgeous, but like, I just don't care. Okay, I do not care about the sex of my partner at all. But I lied. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not interested in men. And so, it's so funny. He's like, ah, man. Okay, that's I get it. He kind of gave me like a dude bro response, but he was like, respectful enough. And it's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny because he turned around and there's a guy, like I think one of his friends, waiting for him to like to hear the answer. I just hear him. I audibly hear him turn the corner and say, "Nah, man, I told you. Like, I is the kind of girl who pulls other girls." What's that supposed to mean? She's the kind of girl who pulls other girls. I was like, well, according to my analytics, you're not wrong. Oopsies. Well, is that a compliment? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, judging by my demographics now, he was not telling a lie. So like wherever he is, I hope he's happy. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. Spiral, thank you for the shupa. Good morning. Yeah, I saw your first super chat. Good morning. The escape teacher was nicknamed Black Dog, while the vice president, that was Rob, was White Dog. The Cantonese idiom, the black dog canine eats and lets misfortune fall on the white dog. For my generation of students, the teacher was called Sanitary Pad Guy. What the fuck? Because he got up seeing a student sanitary pad on her table. Specifically horrific because an all-girls school. Crazy. But yeah, that's still fucked up though. Well, someone's getting robbed, you better help them out or call for help or something. It's like the bystander effect. The fuck, Spiral. Where'd you go to school to? Where'd you go to school? In hell? Like what? Did you go to school in the Denny's parking lot or something? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Holy shit! Insane. Wait, that get up? I thought it meant like jumped out of his seat or something. Wait. What get up? What get up? Jail. If it's the prior, jail. Instantaneous jail. Okay? Thank you for the super Spiral. What the fuck? Holy shit. Yeah, jail. What the hell? Looking back in high school, I had a friend, I am now telepathically sending you my period cramps. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I and a friend, two separate friends, got screwed out of being the president of the anime club and being stage managers in theater. With the anime club, younger members cheated. Two girls in the anime club cheated by getting friends to vote for them, with some even joining the club just to vote for them. The club died within weeks under their leadership. That is the most anime club shit I've ever seen in my entire life. The most anime club response is... That's aggressively anime club. That's aggressively that behavior. Hi, my girl. Voy, thank you for the shupa. I got held in an airport in Vietnam going back to the US for school because they didn't think I looked like because they thought I looked Korean international wanted criminal. What? Thank you for the when they showed me my picture, it did look nothing like me. That is crazy. Did you know that, like, when I flew to Japan in 2023, it was my first time flying internationally alone, so I was really scared. So I looked nothing like my photo. You see, I had learned the cosmetics. I had my bone deformity corrected. The photo, I think, was on the verge of expiring. I think we renew our passports like every 10 years. Mine was like 9th year. Like, old photo. Very, very old photo, so I look nothing like the photo anymore. Also, my hair is bleached at that point. I had a different colored hair as well. I learned the cosmetics, I got into surgery and everything, and so I looked a lot different. And so, when I was walking into the plane to fly to Japan, like when we were like at the gate, they looked at me and my passport, and they're like, they didn't even ask. Not even like, is that you? They were like, that's not you. And I was like, I promise you, this is me. I promise you, this is me. This is me, okay? This is me. And they're like, it does not look like you. I'm like, I swear to God, it's me. Luckily, I was carrying my driver's license, which has a photo that was taken exactly a year ago. And so I was like, okay, my hair's bleached, but like, this is me, the same person, right? And they're like, oh, okay, you're in. It was so scary! Kujo, thank you for the shupa. I was accidentally locked in a car and accidentally broke a bowl during the first Aiadmirers meetup I was at. Twisted my ankle at a museum second meetup. How are you a real person? How are you a real person? What the hell? What? How are you a real person? With the I got passed over for my friend because I was too nice. Even the other classmates of my friend being confused. That same friend later got kicked out because he almost didn't graduate and couldn't join because girls in class accused of being favoritism. So I had to do the work without the rank. Huh. Thank you, Mundane! In the beach in Vietnam, I fell asleep while floating like an otter and drifted far within the shore. A fisherman boat went to me and thought I was dead and poked me with the poles. That is crazy. I'm not good enough at floating. I'm not good enough at floating. Also, my boobies might get burned, so... Thank you, Mundane! Thank you for the shuba! You see, that's why I like tankinis. They keep the girls contained. Yeah, bikinis are great and all, but... when you have boobies, and you go in the water, they kind of just... float there. You know? Especially if you're in a hot tub. And so, I wear a tankini because I don't like stripping everything off to go to the bathroom. But I like the coverage, so I wear tankinis. Yeah. Thank you, Wendy. One time I was working and I was helping this one person who was really quiet and she would whisper in my ear. The last time I heard her, she grabbed my arm and refused to let go. Huh? Actually clinging. What the? Really? Let me thank you for the shupa. I spent nearly 1 hour trying to communicate with a client from broken Japanese, from Japan with my broken Japanese and his broken English before I realized we're both Brazilian. That's cute. That's cute. Tankini? Oh, a tankini? So imagine a one piece, right? But the pants part can come off. It's separated. Yeah. Imagine wearing a tank top and underwear. That's basically the cut of a tankini. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. The manager had the foresight to let go under the threat of calling the police, and the fact that I was freaking out. Yeah, I don't like being grabbed like that. No, thank you. Yeah, tankini. Yeah. Yeah, I have a pink leopard print. It's my favorite. Yeah, I have this cute one with strawberries on it. I also got this really cute high-waisted picnic print, two-piece bikini set, and it comes with a cute little strawberry-covered robe. It's really cute. Yeah, it's super cute. Hi, Daisy. Hi. One time I was on a cruise and we stopped by this island. I was an inner tube just floating in the ocean, ended up falling asleep. Woke up 2 teens swimming by, betting if I was dead. I don't think Kudo's a real person. I don't think you're a real person. My other incident was a day someone learned my name in high school. I was running late to class and tried sliding down the rail to skip the stairs. I stopped halfway down, flipped backwards over the rail. You see, that's I'm too scared to even try that. It only ever ends up badly. It only ever ends up badly. Oh yeah! Y'all remember the serial shitter, right? In my brother's school, they had multiple cryptids. Not just the green man that stole the footballs. We also had a guy who is called the serial shitter. On the second floor bathroom of the science wing, once a semester, someone would go in the bathroom, take their number 2, and make modern art inside the bathroom. Yeah! The problem is, when my brother G-worded from high school, the serial shitter disappeared. I'm just saying. It's a coincidence, eh? Yeah, luckily my school didn't have a serial shitter, okay? Luckily the girls had it together, sort of. Spiral, thank you for the shupa! Post-exam month, my friend forgot she had to wear her uniform to get into the school. So me and my friend sneaked into the home econ room to borrow a set of uniform. Almost busted, but fibbed away out. Damn, you look doing like secret agent stuff. Thank you, Spiral. Thank you for the shupa. Yeah. I mean, funny enough, I actually didn't mind my high school uniform because it was nice not having to worry about what I was gonna wear every day. We had like 4 versions. Like, I had 4 of the same uniform, just 4 copies of it, just so I can swap out if I sweat a lot that day or something. Wearing a uniform is actually quite nice. Yeah. Exactly. My brother's curing cancer, but he can't cure his backstory, you know? Jesus Christ! Kuma, that is crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I remember, I think... There's this one really wholesome story from my high school. So, I told y'all a while back that I had my first crush in high school. She was a girl from my class. We're actually still good friends. We actually get lunch together once a month just to keep in touch. And so, she was my first crush. The thing is, she had a crush on me first, then I had a crush on her afterwards. So we kind of like are two ships passing by each other in a lake. And it's so funny because like the signs were so obvious that she had a crush on me, but I was so oblivious I never caught on to it. Like, she'd draw me. Like, she's like an artist, right? And so she would draw me all the time, right? She'd draw me like different mediums too. Like she had like a tiny little like a 5x5 inch canvas. She painted me. She would draw me on black and white paper. She'd draw me like on black paper using white pencils. She would she made me an Alba cake. So for those of you who don't know, there's this one famous image of Alba from Dramatical Murder made into this fucking horrific cake. And so she knew that I liked Dramatical Murder at the time. And so she baked me her own version of the horrific Alba cake. And she brought it to school for me. You know? Yeah. And so I never caught on to it. Then she kind of stopped pursuing me. Then in my senior year, I wrote her poetry because I fell in love with her. So I wrote poetry. I would make her lunch. I was like, oh, I made extra. Do you want it? Like that kind of thing. I paint her nails. I play with her hair. I write her literal poems. And then we're just both stupid. And as adults, we kind of talked about like, yeah, we're both fucking stupid. That's crazy. We're both kind of idiots, not gonna lie. But now we're good friends. Yeah, we're really good friends. Yeah. Yeah. She's in a relationship right now. And so, me and Ma-chan... Actually, Ma-chan's met her, too. So, me, Ma-chan, her, and her partner will often meet up and get lunch together, like, once a month. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah. Another one from my army days. While we're in boot camp and doing our first bivouac... Bivouac? Improvised camp. We were set up so a half slept, half stood guard. So if you had to go to nature's call, you had to grab a buddy. The dude beside me had called me to go with him. And while we were going, he found a very nicely shaped rock and kicked it. Turns out it wasn't a rock, but a lieutenant's head. Our luck is that he was too past that to notice because nothing ever came from it. Though we still ran to the designated shithole in despair after noticing it wasn't a rock. That is... crazy, Dio! Wow, that's literally attacking someone. Holy shit, Hunter! Jesus Christ! Crazy! One time while driving a 5T wheeled armored vehicle, I had steering locked while heavily braking, slammed to a tree and it broke apart the steering shaft. How are you still alive? Your sister's forklift certified? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, brother! Hell yeah! Do I have any crazy incidents as well? Did I have any big incidents in high school? I don't think so. Yeah, not in high school. High school is an oddly very peaceful time for me, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Oh! Middle school. We had a newly hired math teacher named Mr. M. Mr. M was not particularly... I think he was in his late 20s. And so he was our math teacher. And he disappeared after, I think, only 2 months on the job. Because apparently he had a dating profile. Right? And in the dating profile, he was two things. And so in the background of one of his photos, he seemed to have a suspicious object that may have contained illicit substances in our state, right? You know? It's like it had substances. This like paraphernalia that is not becoming of a good Christian teacher. Additionally, they found out. So this guy was like in his late 20s. They found out that he was dating a 17-year-old because she found his dating profile and was commenting under his photos, accusing him of being a cheater. So that was the incident. Crazy. So he was fired after like a month and some change, so that was kind of crazy. Yeah. Kind of a little crazy, a little bonkers. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. I was 3 hands with a crazy lady for my bro because my bro messed up and cheated on this girl. So his friend made a whole scene screaming and shouting at bro until he stepped in between. That is crazy. You see, luckily I don't get into fights. Yeah, super yikes. Jim, let me thank you for the super. One of my favorite funny and hides on my first week of in the US for college, I visited Florida. Suddenly the streets were empty. There was a hurricane alert. I had absolutely no idea what to do. Hurricanes are not that bad depending on where you live. If you live in high ground, you're good. Take it from a girl who survived Katrina. It can get pretty bad though. Thank you for the super, Jim Mummy. Thank you. Florida can be fun. They have Dimney. They have Nimney Worm. Yeah. Nimney Worm. There was time I was being chased by the police while I was in middle school. In the middle of summer, I'd ride my bike for exercise, and I'd ride with that on my hands. I wish I knew how to ride a bike. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, Josh. Yeah, the sodas. The one from the really bitter one from Germany was crazy. Was it Germany? Yeah, this one that's really yucky and bitter. It's like the prank one you give your friends. Yeah. I remember. Oh my gosh. So back in the day, so nowadays Disney is super fucking expensive, right? Back in the 2000s, it wasn't that bad. It was still pricey, but if you just go on like one vacation per year, it's actually not that bad. So we have family friends that are quite wealthy, and so they got us started on pin trading. So pin trading used to be an activity at Disney World where you can buy pins and trade them with staff and other people like regular park goers at the parks. And so we got into pin trading because our wealthy family friends bought us like a giant like 20 pin starter pack. So they gave us our lanyards. My brother and I were so excited. Even me, who was like a very shy child, I'd go up to... So the thing is, the cast members at Disney were, and they still are, so nice that I was like, like I would stutter trying to get their attention. They're like, yeah, what's up? How can I help you? I'm like, can I see your pins? And they were so nice and always so helpful. Like, some of them even gave me candy and that kind of thing. Like, it was really nice. Like, my parents actually really appreciated Disney because the staff was so friendly to me that even someone as shy as me felt comfortable enough going up to adults and asking to see their pins, you know? It was really sweet. Very, very cute. And so, like, we were big into pin trading. So, my dad even got into on it. So, my dad exclusively collected Donald Duck pins. Because he loves Donald Duck, right? My dad refuses to eat Peking duck because he thinks ducks are the cutest animal. And so he refuses to eat it, even though it's delicious, right? And so, one day, we were waiting in line for a ride. Me and my brother were goofing around. My parents were talking, that kind of thing. And so, a little boy in line next to us, because it was kind of like a snaking question a snaking line kind of situation. So like we'd pass by people as we snake around line, and so this little boy, couldn't be more than maybe 5-6 years old, points at my dad's lanyard, going, "Oh, I like that pin, the Donald Duck pin." And so my dad, being a sweet man that he is, kind of got on one knee. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Do you want to take a look at these? Like I've got this. Do you want to trade? Like that kind of thing." And the little kid is reaching his pockets to grab pins to trade, and his mom goes, "No, don't talk to strange men." And my dad was devastated. My dad was... I understand being wary of, like, people. But, like, mind you, my dad is the most unassuming, like, dad in polo shirt and khakis. Okay? He's just a guy. He just looks like the most stereotypical dad with his Donald Duck ball cap and his Donald Duck pins, right? And so... It's so sad, because at that point, my dad refused to speak to other kids at the park and everything, you know? Yeah, because beforehand, it was actually pretty okay. It's like he'd offer pins to other people, including teenagers and kids, and they'd be happy to look at them, you know? But then, like, this one lady just set my dad, like, on the trajectory of being too scared to talk to other kids. And so now, like my dad will talk through us instead. And so, like, if a kid took interest in my dad's pins, he'd go like, "Oh, this kid wants to..." Like, he'll just take the pin off, his lanyard and offer it to me so I can do the trade for them, you know? Like, poor dad! Oh, Dad! But Dad is such a sweet guy! He meant no harm, you know? My dad's really good with kids. I was kind of mad about that for a while. Dad is such a nice person. And poor guy. He meant no harm at all. Yeah, poor Peepa. Okay, and to practice that, I would force myself to open mailboxes and give myself something to do while writing to teach myself how to. And the people who lived at those houses called the police. And one day, when I was writing, a police car pulled up around the corner and started blaring its siren. And I thought it was something else, so I kept on riding at full speed. Then I looked behind me at a very annoyed police officer who yelled at me to pull over. And I did. And he thought I was stealing the mail, and I explained that I was just opening to practice. And he just sighed and told me to stop, and I shouldn't ride in this neighborhood anymore because these people are crazy. And I went home and never mentioned to my parents. It was fun. At least he was cool about it. Yeah. At least he was cool about it, you know? Yeah. Oh my gosh, no, like, I had this one brush with this one officer who was really, really nice. I was driving and I didn't realize my taillights, my lights were off. And so he pulled me over, and I actually had to open the entire door. So what happened was, I was driving, and the sun had just set. And so my lights were off, so they're noticeably off. And I remember driving, and I was like, "Huh, why is it so dark?" I was like, "Oh, it's kind of dark in here, isn't it?" And it registered to me that my lights are off. The sun had said, like, "Huh, roads are kind of dark today." Fucking dumb bitch, okay? And so the thing is, my dad had just taken my my car to the shop, and so when your car's in the shop, they turn off your headlights, like they turn off the automatic, and because I was getting my windows tinted, right? And so I got in. It was my car. It was my first car. And so it's my own first actual car. And so Dad took it to the shop for me. And I didn't realize the lights were still off. And so I was driving, and a police officer lit me up, and I pulled over to a neighborhood. And I had to open the entire door because the tint was just put there. So you can't roll down your windows because it needs time to set. And so I opened the entire car door. I'm like, yes, officer? And he was like, ma'am, you're driving without your taillights on. Without your lights on. I was like, is that why it's so dark? Oh, that's why it's so dark. And I was like, oh my gosh, officer. You know why? I just had my car taken to the shop. They turned out the lights because I got my windows tinted. And he can see that I was actually telling the truth because there's literally stickers on my door from the shop going, hey, don't roll down your windows, your tint is setting. Like, take them off after a week, okay? And he's like, oh, is that the case? Okay, I see. And he's like, can I see your license? I'm like, yes, sir. And so I pull out my license. And he actually let me go with a warning. He was like, okay, ma'am, you're driving the speed limit. You're doing fine. You just make sure your headlights are on. Just be careful. I was like, oh, yes, officer. Thank you. And so he let me go. Yay. I was like, oh, that's why it's so fucking dark. Like an idiot. Thank you. Thank you for the super brando. Actually, let me read Steve's first. In my new media class, I had to make a PowerPoint with audio. I found a MIDI file on the game website. School network monitor flagged it as gaming at school. Vice principal suspended me for it. Had to argue to the superintendent to get it reversed. Vice principal got a ton of trouble for it and made her and maybe her opt for the rest of high school. She refused to give me my diploma at GWAR. That is fucked up. You know, girl, you're in education. You're in no place to be power tripping, okay? You're in no place for that shit. Crazy. Brenda, thank you for the shupa. My goop got interns from high school. One of the teachers got fired for dating one of the students. Jail. One of the girls' nudes got leaked. Oh, poor thing. Neil got suspended for sneaking headphones in the halls. That is so crazy. All girls' high schools they're not all perfect, of course. My school was as good as you can get it considering the situation, okay? Alright? We had openly lesbian students. We had an open door policy that some teachers received training that if students felt like something was not right at home, they had an open door policy. We can talk to the teachers without judgment. We did not have bathroom passes because when you're a girl, when you're an ovary haver, when you're a uterus haver, things happen and sometimes you need to excuse yourself. And so, there's no bathroom passes. You just tell the teacher, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, just so they know where you're at. Okay? We also had free feminine hygiene products. Some teachers even carried them with them as well, even the male teachers. I think, what was it? What else did we have? Oh yeah, we had school mass every Friday. However, if you are not of the denomination or you didn't want to participate, there's space for you at the back of mass or also in a room adjacent to the place where we held mass to like read a book, relax, meditate, do whatever you need to do. Yeah, and so like it's so funny. Like the only handoff was that the school curriculum was psychotic. It's like we were writing essays constantly. Like I attribute my good writing skills to the fact that they drilled us constantly on essays. Like we were always writing something. Like if you went back to the high school, picked up a random girl from the hallway and go, hey, like how many are you writing an essay right now? If you picked up like if you question random girls if they're writing essays, a majority, a good 9 out of 10 would say, yeah, I have a few essays I'm working on. It was a lot. Yeah, very rigorous, very strict curriculum. Very high standards for curriculum as well. The material was difficult. The teachers had high standards, but in terms of like taking care of yourself and like bathroom stuff, personal stuff, they're actually pretty good at that. Yeah. And one of the teachers was actually really cool because he would open his classroom and so class would start around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I think, I forgot, but he would always arrive at the classroom an hour and 30 minutes before school opened So if you came early to class, what you can do, you can go to his classroom and go, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I was stuck on homework last night. How do I do it? And he will walk you through how to do your homework. And he also brought like snacks, juice, donuts, granola bars, and that off his own dime, by the way. And so girls would come in and grab a donut and like, hey, can you check if I did my homework right before I submit it? And so even projects and that kind of thing. He was the guy. He was the goat. Okay, he was the absolute goat. Yeah. And so even students who didn't do their homework at all, he'd invite them to come over and do their homework because he wanted the students to have a fair shot at it, you know? Yeah. And so I think because of him, I think a lot of our math scores jumped up by several points. It's crazy. Absolute giga chat. He was so nice too. Cause I remember this one time a girl came in, she was crying because she was so frustrated with the homework, she didn't understand it. And he was like, no, come here. What's the issue? And so it's he offered her donuts. They worked on the homework together. He's like, okay, so he literally sat next to her at the desk. Was like, okay, so here you remember from this lesson, this. He spent the entire morning with her, and it was so nice. What a nice guy. Yeah, what a nice guy. Yeah, exactly. Absolute gem of a teacher. Yeah, absolute gem. And you know why? So, in a strange twist of fate. So, you know that in high school and college, I actually volunteered at a school for underprivileged kids. I was a tutor, as well as kind of a chaperone and that kind of thing. I just was there part-time. And so, turns out, before I started volunteering there in college, he actually taught there. Yeah. Yeah, before he transferred to our high school, he actually taught at this underprivileged school. Isn't that crazy? Huh. Strange coincidence. But thank you, Brando. Sparrow, thank you for the super. Without specific, I've had tear gas bullets whizzed past my ears. If I didn't dodge in time, I would hit my eyes. That's crazy. That's the kind of shit you see on the news, you know? That's crazy. I'm glad you're okay, Sparrow. Jesse, thank you for the super. I have this one that's kind of dark. In high school, two boys were having a fight over the same girl. One ended up getting shot or stabbed, not making it. Holy shit! That is crazy, girl. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think your partner's guys. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know, fighting. Maybe it's because I'm not romantically experienced. I don't see. I've never felt the urge. If I was back in high school and I had a crush on my friend and someone else also wanted her, I wouldn't stab that person. I would just write their name on my death note or something, you know? It's not worth it. There are... Not to call them a hoe. There's no hoe out there worth it enough, okay? What, is it worth the jail time? That's crazy. It's not worth the risking of human life. What the hell? What? Yeah, crazy. Jim, let me thank you for the super. Not me, but a college friend. While on vacation in Brazil, decided to rent a boat and sail on an island for about 11 miles away from the coast. Halfway there, the coastal guard stopped him. He was unknowingly going to Snake Island, which is exactly what it sounds like. Isn't there an island of dolls and stuff? There's an island of dolls or something. It's kind of spooky. Yeah. Thank you for the super. Was Karlach worth it? Yeah. I'd kill Gortash for fun though, so... Would I kill Gortash for Karlach? Yeah. But I would also do it because it's really fucking funny. So... Just saying. I would absolutely just kill him for shits and giggles. Okay? I absolutely would. Without hesitation even. Zero holds barred. It's in Mexico. Oh, wrong one! One time I was visiting friends overseas, went to an open market, an older man fell and hit his head. My friend's mom started giving first aid while one of the clerks yelled at us. That's crazy. That is crazy. Have I had any insane incidents as well? Let me... Well, I told you about the parking lot thing where I got followed to my car. What else? Well, I was at the range once. I went to an indoor range because it's hot in the summer. And I remember one guy was with his friend. And he jokingly... So, rules of the range. If you've never been to a range, there's strict rules. And a good range owner and good range staff will boot out anyone who breaks the rules. Because, like, I make light of it. I like going down to the range because I feel like Rambo and all that. But these are not toys. These are lethal weapons. And so, you should treat it as such, you know? For example, good trigger discipline. Do not point it anywhere but down in the range, you know? And like, it's like, if you're pulling away from the booth, that gun better be in its case, you know? And so, we had this one guy, when I was visiting, this one guy a few lanes down from me, he jokingly pointed a loaded firearm at the head of his friend. Girl! The range owner descended upon this guy like a fucking hawk. Snatched the gun out of his hand. Out! Get out! And he was like, oh, I was just messing around. I don't care. Get out. You know?
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. That's so fucking dangerous. Thank you, Rico. Thank you for the shupa. One day I proposed to Ai and we got married again. What? I would like to get married one day. I think married life would be fun. Yeah. Exactly. Correct decision, though. Correct decision. Yeah. He grabbed it straight out of his hand and shoved him out. Yeah, exactly. He was banned from the gun range, actually.
Thank you for the donation, princess.
Yeah. Thank you, Rico. Thank you. Captain, there's an island up in here. Listen. Aiadmire Island sounds horrific. They'd be all weighing. Yeah. Isabel, thank you for the shupa. A group of friends and I went to a local anime convention. It was late and we encountered a shirtless man wearing a furry mask. One of my friends was about to throw hands and he got up in our personal space acting crazy. He was probably on something, not gonna lie. The amount of drink... There was... The Southern Con Circuit. There was a very famous cosplayer in the Southern Cosplay Circuit who was arrested because he gave alcohol to minors in a room party. That is why I don't go to room parties. That is crazy. That is insane to me. Thank you for the super, Jezebel. Yeah, conventions can be delightful, but also kind of insane. Kind of bonkers. It's like... It's kind of like the wild, wild west of nerd shit, you know? The wild, wild west. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. With that being said, I've also had some of my most precious memories at conventions, you know? Meeting Aiadmirers. Yes, room parties are basically hotel rooms that are used to host parties. Yeah. Oftentimes they're between like maybe creators and their creator friends, maybe between local friends and their local friends. Yeah. Sometimes they're private and sometimes people like advertise it, like leave post-it notes. Zuba, thank you for the super. Can I up your incident? No idea what our incidents are to be no idea what our incidents are to be. I'm like, any incident. Yeah. Like a weird notable one. Thank you, Zubat. Thank you. Needs to be. Excuse me? I used to work at a summer camp that was at a church in a residential area. I was setting up an activity when I hear a grown man shouting at me from his... Couldn't make out from his... car, I guess? I couldn't make out what he was saying, but I ran inside so fast. I was just a teen, so I was scared shitless. Turns out the guy I thought was someone he knew for some... It turns out the guy thought I was someone he knew. Then why yell? That's so weird. Growing up in rural Providence, in a very rural province, a lot of the incidents I've been in were supernatural adjacent, where there was a time... I'm really bad at reading out loud, I'm so sorry. There was a time in elementary school where our whole class was pulled out for inspection. We couldn't tell what was happening until one of the kids was found with a jar filled with darkish red liquid with several large centipedes used to curse people. That is crazy. Girl, that's some Etsy witch shit. Crazy. Yeah, That's witchcraft shit. What the hell? That's crazy. No, we cannot gab. The only Akasupa incident I'll mention is that one time, an Aiadmirer got a scary call from their bank during stream because of overspending. It's crazy. Crazy. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, can I go to the bathroom real quick? Do y'all mind? I'll be right back. I just have to go tinkle. I've been hydrating. I'll be right back, okay? Yeah. I'll be right back. BRB. Wait, I'm gonna do a different expression. Hold on. Wait. Okay, BRB. The bees will come. I have returned. Thank you for the wait. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for the wait. Hi. I peed. Hi.
Cue the sniper.
Thank you, dear mommy. I was once gifted membership on the first live stream I ever saw of a cute VTuber. And I watch her nearly every day even though she bullies me. You deserve to get bullied, Stinky! Yeah. You deserve to get bullied. Hands are holdable, no. Who is this? I'm new. My name is Scarlet Yonaguni of Nijisanji JP's 18th Wave Luxium. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Thank you, dear mommy. Thank you, Arel. Gives Nyaya scritches. What? No scritch. No scritchy. I do like getting head patted though. Thank you, Zubat. Thank you. Drinking with Marines at the local bar in Japan is my incident. It was my birthday back then. Sat me by the ordering line. They shouted happy birthday. Someone heard Someone heard and more drinks for me. 4 hours later, I had to be dragged to my room. Girl. I was in Osaka with the girls. We went to a small izakaya to get dinner because we heard they had delicious Hamburg steaks. No, hamburg. And so, Ma-chan cannot drink. She has an allergy. My high school friend can't drink. She just does not. And so I was the only drinker. And so the mama, the owner of the bar, took quite the shine to me. And so she kept giving us free stuff. It was like an extra side of like filleted fish. It was an extra bowl of rice, the seaweed that you like eat on the side. We got some whatchamacallit, some yakisoba, some extra takoyaki, like little bits of food every now and then. But the thing is, she also gave us more alcohol. Mind you, the izakaya is full, so she's bouncing between us and 5 other tables. And so she was not tracking who was drinking. I felt bad not drinking the free drinks she gave us. And so I drink all of it. Because Ma-chan and my high school friend can't drink, so I drink all of it. It was all lemon sours. And so I drink all of it. And the thing is, I thought that just drinking the first round, like, okay, I did my polite thing, that's enough. She kept refilling them. And I didn't want to leave them, so I kept drinking them. And so at that point, I got blasted. I was fucked up. And so luckily, they managed to drag me back to our hotel room and use we got the train, you know, went back to our hotel room, but I was fucked up. The thing is, they did stop by a konbini on the way back to get me the anti-hangover drink, just in case. But to be fair, I don't really get hangovers though. Yeah, she was an older lady. Because the reason why she liked us so much is because I spoke very broken Japanese. Yeah, because I think she noticed that me and my friends were speaking in English. Or me and my high school friends specifically in Vietnamese. And she was like, oh, like she was trying to speak English. And I was like, oh, ready? And I was like, oh, hi. I'd point to like, takoyaki, hitotsu, onegaishimasu. And just, whoa! She was so enamored. And I was like, cassis orange, hitotsu, onegaishimasu. Coca-Cola, futatsu, onegaishimasu. And she was like so enamored, like, oh, good job. Me and my fucking baby mode Japanese. And so she liked us so much she kept feeding us. I think she went full grandma instinct and gave us so much food. Yeah. No, it's so fun because a while ago we got an eel kaiseki dinner. And so it's a special place that specializes in only eel. And so we went up there, and our waitress spoke broken English and I spoke broken Japanese. We made that shit work. Because she was like, she's like something Nihongo, something. I was like, oh, Nihongo, skoshi, gomenasai. And she's like, okay, wait, like, passion. And so, like, I think, like, I was, like, asking her a question in Japanese. I forgot what I said, actually. But she was like, she's like, oh, Nihongo jozu? And I was like, no, I'm not. And then, I think she explained something on the menu in English. And I was like, oh, eigo jozu! And she's like, no. And so we're just backing and forth. No, you're good. It was really, really fun. It was really, really sweet. I had this delicious, like, sweet plum wine. It was so sugary and yummy. It was really tasty. Yeah, we were absolutely stuffed. They had to roll us out of the restaurant. Yeah. It's fun. I try to speak a little bit of Japanese because I believe it's like, if you're going to a country where you know English is not the primary language, you should probably at least have the translator app open, you know? Yeah. Last one now is at AX. My workplace is having issues. Said issues have been resolved, kind of. Anyway, the previous owner had his place in one of his pharmacies firebombed. What? Actual arson? That's crazy. What the hell? So for a while, after I came back from the holiday, the night shift and I were kind of jumpy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's crazy. That's illegal and dangerous. What the fuck? What the hell? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you all this. Not really an incident, but like a fascinating thing that happened recently. So maybe a few months ago. I dressed up in like J fashion. I wouldn't say it's full Lolita, but I was wearing... Maybe did I, K? You know? And so, I was walking with my high school friend to this event. And, I was wearing jirai. And I think, I was like a kuromi style jirai. And, my friend was, my high school friend was a cinema roll style, kind of like, I guess, mori-K? And so, for clarity, I was wearing a skirt. Yes, it was a little short, but I was wearing stockings, like a full like pantyhose, right, underneath it. And my blouse was up to my neck and up to my wrists, right? And so no cutouts and nothing like that. I was fully covered. I guess the skirt was kind of short, but I was wearing leggings and everything underneath it. And so, and the best part of being kind of on the short side is that I'm rather petite, I'm rather small. But luckily, it's hard to see up my skirt when I'm shorter than you, right? And so I feel a little more comfortable wearing shorter skirts because it's just physically hard to look up my skirt because I'm usually A, wearing a petticoat, B, safety shorts, and C, I'm probably shorter than you. So, but anyways, we were walking around the event and this guy, he comes up to me and my friend and he's like, I couldn't help but notice, but you look absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, oh, thank you. Now what? And he's like, well, you see, I'm recruiting girls to do some modeling gigs, and I think that you can do you do great at this. And I've modeled before. It's not how you do it. And so I was like, I picked his brain a little bit. I was like, oh, so where would the shoots be happening, like that kind of thing. And he's like, oh, well, you know, like, I think we'd get, like, food first, and then maybe take some pictures wherever you can find pictures. I was like, that's not how you do it. And, mind you, my photographer friend that I modeled for a while, yeah, would bring food and we get lunch afterwards, but, like, they would book out someplace, or have a plan already, or, like, or have multiple people to help, because we need a handler, so what usually happens is for photo shoots, there's me, photographer, and a handler/assistant. Because sometimes the photographer doesn't want to move where they are. They want an adjustment on your face. So like the handler will come in and fix you. Like that kind of thing. I was like, okay, no plan, no handler. That's sus. Okay. And so I was like, okay. And so he's like, well, here's my card. Feel free to call me. I was like, okay. And he was like, can I get your Insta or something so I can contact you? And I was like, oh, sorry, I don't have Instagram. Literally true, I don't have one. And so he's like, oh, well, like, do you have, like, you know, a Snapchat or something? I'm like, no. And he's like, do you have, like, an email? I'm like, yeah, I have an email. Okay, we have this one. I made one up. I made up a random email. I made up a fake name. I think I used like a random Gmail number. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Stacy Smith 45 at gmail.com or whatever. And so, turns out, I received word afterwards that one of my friends was a volunteer at the event we were at, and she was like, oh yeah, no, it actually got circulated internally that there's a sketchy guy walking around. No, that guy is a known creeper, and he does this to a lot of girls at conventions. I'm like, oh. Okay. Crazy. Why can't you just be normal? Just be normal. To this day, I still think about that guy who gave me the gift card for Starbucks and just took the no with grace. That is chivalry. Honestly, had my schedule allowed, I might have said yes. I probably would have said yes. Okay? Like, I just thought you were really cute. My name is so-and-so. Here's a gift card. Do you want to go out sometime? And when I told him no, he was like, oh, keep the gift card. You can have it. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. I'm like, chivalry! Chivalry! Damn! Damn. Also, green flag. I forgot his face, but I did remember one thing. He was wearing a backpack, and I noticed he had a Kotori from Love Live keychain on it, and I was like, oh, green flag, green flag. Fellow weeb, massive green flag. I look back and I'm like, huh? If time would have allowed, I would have said yeah. It would have been nice. He seemed like a stand-up guy. I hope he's doing well for himself. Yeah. I was like, brother, ew. My sons are low. I wanna be doted on a little bit. I wanna be respected. Yeah. Like-a-me. Hello. Like-a-me. Hi. Happy 41 months. Hi. Like-a-me refuses to speak to me. Does Like-a-me hate me? What? You would totally hate me. You hate Gooby, don't you? You hate that goob. I am just a gooby, and you literally hate me for being a goober. I can't believe it. I'm just a goob, and you literally hate me. Wait. Dear Mommy, thank you for the shupa. There's one time where everything got freezing cold and pitch black dark for a week despite not being summer. But then I came back from her break. What the? Oi! No? They speaketh! Oh my, is this the first thing you said on my channel? Okay, no. You've spoken a few times. According to chat history, guys, once you said, ah shit, here we go again during Cookie Clicker. That's it. The rest of your chat history is either Costco hot dog soupas or blank aka soupas. What the hell? What the hell? They speak. I'm gonna pin this. This is a monumental moment. I need to pin this for posterity. Look, finally, they speaketh. They speaketh. Crazy dial. Yeah, the incident. Like-a-me spoke. Crazy. Yeah. Kuma, that is crazy. Yeah, oh my gosh. Hello, you speak it. God damn it! Like-a-me! Why can't you be normal? Why can't you just be normal? Shaking your shoulders. Why can't you be normal? Why? Why can't you be freaking normal? Holy shit, that's bright. Why can't you be freaking normal like a me? I ask so little of you guys. Just be normal! I swear, the entirety of chat history for like a me is either blank akas, Costco hot dogs, the word no, and ah shit, here we go again from a stream that happened months ago. That is crazy. Thank you for the aka sopa like a me. What is wrong with you? What the hell, brother? Thank you for the aka sopa. Shush! What the fuck? Why do we have so many we have our own chat cryptids, by the way. My brother may have had the serial shitter. He may have had the green man. But we have like a me. We have our own cryptids. We've got like a me, we've got Caraway. We've got Ashley. Damn it! Laika! At least thank you for the Costco hot dog. Thank you for the Aka Supa. What the hell?
Oh, please.
Why don't you speak to me? Literally hates me. Would rather just flashbang me and never speak to me. That's crazy. Bro really said, think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Thank you for the Aka Shupa. And thank you for the Costco hot dog. Thank you. Majira, thank you for the Shupa. This is normal. We love you a normal amount. Wait. Mia thinks you love me in a regular amount. An abnormal amount. Too much gooby love, for reals.
To the sniper.
Thank you for the Super Majira. Thank you again, Leica May! Thank you, thank you, thank you! An actual cryptid. Actually a cryptid, that's crazy. Okay, can we stop with the yellow soup? It's starting to hurt my eyes again. Thank you, Tianjins! Wow, insulting my intelligence, okay. BJ, thank you for the buh. Thank you! Did you know that butter in Vietnamese is ba? Một tí ba. Thank you, Bubble. Thank you for the sopa. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? There's 9 yellow squares. Trying to skill check me? Huh? Thank you, Bubba Bully. Hope school's going good for ya. Thank you, Majira. Thank you for the sopa. She hates us. Wait. Thank you. What? Caraway? Thank you for the dono. By the way, Caraway, I saw your dono yesterday at 3 p.m. Thank you. Why can't y'all be normal? I ask you so little. I ask so little. Please be Caraway, thank you for the donation. Caraway, what the fuck? I thought we were cool. Why do I have so many ops? How do I have so many ops? I thought we were chill. I thought we were chilling. Why do you guys hate me? Thank you, Bubba Bully. Thank you, Caraway. Thank you, BJ. Thank you, PTandons. Thank you, Madra. Thank you, Leica May. Thank you. Look, now he's back being quiet again. Leica May! Come back! What the hell? Really? Oh, Mac away. You mean that one? I don't know. More like carried away? Ha, very funny. I'm starting a program at the school and working with the Justice Academy help teach tactical Ooh! That's cool as fuck. You're literally a sister hospitaler, but also not 40k and also not a woman and just a medical professional. Yeah, crazy. Kubi actually is lit. I'm chronically ill plus disabled plus have mental health stuff. I was hospital kid, so my normals are incredibly skewed. My favorite fun thing was the friends at the gym. I had gotten used to explaining to strangers that I'll be fine in a few minutes. Well, this is while I'm having an invisible silent rave seizure and spazzing on the floor. I remember once I had gotten so tired. I am now telepathically sending you my period cramps. Bro. What the fuck? Giovanni! Thank you for the super. Thank you. What the hell? There was once 100 men soldiers surrounded at once. It looked like... Okay. That's cool. Thanks. Thank you, Vivicor. Thank you for the shupa. Thank you, Jimmy. What the fuck? What the hell? I like how I chose to pinpoint the exact moment Aiadmirers got. You can literally pinpoint the exact moment my eyes get blasted. Shit, was it? Wow, I forgot what I was talking about. I got Men in Black flashed. That's crazy. I literally got memory wiped. What was I talking about? No! You made me forget! Gooby Angie! Mad! I'm mad as hell, brother! You're being mean to Goob! No mean! Why you mean to me? I forgot what I was talking about. I got actually memory wiped. That's crazy. How many times did I tell you, chat? I am your liege lord. I demand respect! Mad because small. I was once told I'm short because I'm just compressed anger. Which is so true, bestie. What was I talking about? Oh, right! So, I had to jump around a lot of therapists to find the right one. Because it's good for you to shop around if it's with a network. And so, I got so tired of, like, the consultation where I explained my entire lore. And so... It wildfire, fool! Okay, that doesn't hurt too much. Thank you! Thank you, Corky. Mwah!
Smells like heresy.
So I got tired, and so I got tired of having to constantly explain the AiaAmareLIVE deep lore. So I made a PowerPoint where it's like okay, in 1990 something this happened. I have a fear of this. I've been diagnosed with this. I have this. So I basically have like a quirky little PowerPoint. Yeah, I have a quirky little PowerPoint of just my health. And so I once saw a therapist, a new one, and I was like cracking. Oh yeah, I put memes, by the way, in my PowerPoint. It's very stupid. My my therapist like saw the PowerPoint, looked me up and down, and was like, "Do you think that's appropriate for therapy?" Was that inappropriate? I didn't know that was a problem. But apparently, what I did was vastly inappropriate. I love the different reactions. I had a therapist laugh and like, oh, thank you. That makes things easier for me. Then another one was like, dude, why? Eto ble. I brought a chopstick as. I didn't bring a laser pointer, but I did have a chopstick in my bag, and I used it as like a pointing stick. And so, yeah, and so I just would point with the chopstick, you know? That's what I did. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Oh, hit my microphone. Sorry about that. Yeah, I brought my chopstick. Yeah. When I was 8 years old, I was at the mall, and I went to the Crocs shop alone, thinking I told my mom that I was going inside the said shop. When I popped out, my parents were gone. Yeah, my parents lost me on several occasions, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why they'd be judgmental like that. Yeah, exactly. Humor is how I cope. Yeah. You do tend to deflect or change the subject when they try to address some of those inner problems. Shut up. Yeah, what if they're just whimsy haters? Yeah, exactly. They don't understand that I'm like a hardcore whimsy maxer. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very keen on whimsy maxing. I'm very good at it. Cried for 5 minutes straight before an old lady found me and took me into a store's receptionist. And then managed to get the security to help me find my parents. I was banned from separation for like 2 months. To be fair, kids do get lost really easily. That's why that's why you need those child leashes. Like the little backpack ones. Yeah. Oh yeah, hard. Yes, I do relayer. Oh yeah, not an instant, but really funny, really cute. So, at work, I have this younger coworker. She's barely 22, and she looks up to me as kind of like a mentor because we're like, I think like among the younger people in our team, because our team has mostly 50-year-olds. And so, when we get lunch together, she's very much like never had friends who were like not white, essentially. You know? Mostly just because where she lived and that kind of thing, so she's never had non-white friends. And it's understandable, you know? I'm an angel, so I'm not. So, like, and so, I understand that. And so, I remember she asked to join my lunch crew for food. And I was like, hey, just so you're aware, bestie, like, we get, like, Vietnamese food, we get Indian food, we get Nigerian food, we get Mexican food, we get all kinds of food. Are you down to try it? You know? Because we can go to, like, you know, like, a regular, like a cafe if you prefer. And she's like, no, I want to try it. And so we got her hooked on pho. We got her hooked on udon, on ramen. There's even a very specific dish called botien. Botien is, like, these rice cakes that are fried in a pan with egg, and you put red vinegar and other toppings, green onion, fried shallots. It's delicious. Like, it's a comfort food. She loves it. She has a hard time pronouncing botien, and so she calls it the rice chunks. And so sometimes she'll stop at my cubicle at work, and she goes like, oh, hey, I'm craving those rice chunks. Can we get those again? And I was like, of course we can! Of course we can! And so over the, like, maybe 9 months we've been working together, she's been getting more and more progressively, like, exotic foods. Like, she's got into, she likes pani puri, she likes marsala, she likes momos and that kind of thing. She's kind of expanding her palate a lot. And, like, I remember the other day, she was even thanking me like, oh yeah, by the way, thanks for helping me try out new foods. Like, I didn't know so many tasty things existed. I was like, of course. One day, so we have some Vietnamese folks working on the shop floor, right? And we occasionally see them, we occasionally talk to them. And so one day, my coworker, we were at lunch, we're eating dumplings, and she drops by. She's talking to me while we're eating, and she's like, "Oh, Aya, by the way, I have like a crazy thing." I was like, "Yeah, what's up, girl?" She was like, "So, I was walking back to the office, and one of the Vietnamese shop guys like held the door open for me. I walked past him. I didn't say anything to him. I just said thank you. But like, considering how much of his culture's food I eat now, he has no idea about my Viet lore." That was it! That was her whole revelation! I'm so... Viet lore is crazy! Viet lore is insane! I was like, girl, what are you talking about? It was so cute! She's like, yeah, he has no idea. Like, I'm like so deep in like the Viet lore right now. And it's like... I love that for her. Yeah, she's one of us. She's absolutely one of us. She's great. I love her to bits. She's awesome. I love her. She's so good. Yeah, she's literally Miss Worldwide right now. Dale, uno, dos, tres. Yeah, I love her. It's so funny. Yeah, he doesn't even know my Viet lore. I'm like, I love you. You're so cute. She's so funny. It's great. Yeah, she's also a sweetie pie. Yeah. Yeah, just the Viet lore, you know? Yeah, she's like, yeah, he didn't even know my Viet lore. Like, he walked past me without realizing my Viet lore. I'm like, I love you. It's like me going like, they have no idea I'm a VTuber. Girl. I actually messaged Felican about it. So Felican and I are actually friends. Felican Koo, subscribe to him if you haven't, he's a great guy. Felican and I, we message every now and then. And so I told him a while back, I was like, hey Feli, by the way, I was at a convention recently and I saw someone with a butterfly, a blue butterfly eats a bag with Felican Koo merch in it. And I was like, that was so cool. I tried to get a photo of it, but it was too blurry. And so like, it's always so funny because I'll walk behind VTuber fans and I'm like, they have no idea I'm a VTuber. It's crazy. They have no idea. They have no idea I'm a silly VTuber. Yeah. Also, I'm getting kind of trembly. I forgot to eat dinner. Gooby was locked in work and I forgot. I forgot. Yeah. Goober the VTuber's crazy. I'm gonna have dinner in a little bit. But I don't want to end stream too early though. I want Burby time. No, Zeniths are bad. No. What's for dinner? I do have a fillet of salmon. I might make some grilled salmon with some rice and some spinach. I don't have any snackies. I ran out. Yeah. Well, technically, I did have plans on ending stream early because I have a lot of editing work to do, so I do need to hop off soon anyway. So I might just hop off and make dinner and finish editing my stuff. I'm trying to edit a lot of shorts, so you have something to watch while I'm gone. Thank you, BJ. Yeah. I don't like eating and talking at the same time very much. It fucks up my jaw a little bit. Yeah, sorry stream is short today, Burbies, but I just have a lot of work to do. Gooby's really booked right now. Sorry. But I'll go get dinner and then I march. Okay. Well, stream tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna tomorrow I'm gonna have a thing ready, hopefully. I'm gonna tell you a cool thing, and tomorrow we're gonna reminisce my singing journey because oh my god, I've been singing so much it has me thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, babies. I just gotta go. I'm feeling really trembly, and I should probably eat. Excuse me, I burped. Okay. Sorry, Burbies. What if I give you lots of smoochies? That'll fix it. Eto. Yeah. Does that help? Right? Is that okay? Is that enough smoochies? And she spoils us. You don't know the half of it, Marsh. Y'all want to know why I've been singing so much lately? Anyways, Gooby cooking up a lot for the Burbies, okay? Yeah, Gooby cooking up a lot. Yeah. Good night, Burbies. What? My jaws still clean. Good night, Burbies. Good night. Love you, Burbies. Of course, I must spoil my Aiadmirers forever. Yeah, I spoil my Burbies lots because I love them. Love. Ah, frick. All my love is coming now. Okay, I'm getting lightheaded. I'm getting proper lightheaded. I should probably get out of here. Good night, Burbies. I love you. Sorry again for the shorter stream. I'll stream more tomorrow, okay? Love you. Bye, Burbies. See you tomorrow. Bing. The bees will come.